Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Manny.
I'm Juan.
And today we're going to discuss Glass. I am Night Shyamalan. Alright, so we saw Glass last night. And it's the third part to the trilogy. Spoiler alert if you guys didn't see Split yet, but Split is connected to Unbreakable. So Unbreakable being the first part came out like 2001, 2002.
I think 2000.
Yeah, almost 20 years ago then. And then Split came out, a couple years ago?
Like 2 years?
Yeah, well, whatever. Unbreakable, Split, and now we have Glass. Alright, so the full disclaimer, this is going to be a spoiler-filled talk. There's a bunch of spoilers out there, so let this be a spoiler.
You've been warned.
Spoiler warning. Alright, so let's talk about the things that we liked about the movie first. And, I don't know if you remember the ending of Split, but when the Split ended, it just pretty much, they ended with James McAvoy's character, the Beast, or yeah, I guess that's his name, right? The Horde or whatever they call him.
The Beast is one of them, but
yeah,
the Horde is like him as a whole.
The whole thing, okay. So him is pretty much escaping the zoo. So he was setting the loose, and pretty much it ends with fucking Bruce Willis, his character David Dunn, right?
Yeah.
So showing how it's connected to Unbreakable. So, and then this movie, that's what I liked about this movie. It started off kind of like how you wanted it to start off, as Bruce Willis chasing James McAvoy. Mm. So that's what it's because I guess it's a superhero movie. You know, it's connected.
He's like the superhero.
Yeah. So it starts off with like pretty much the same thing. James McAvoy has kidnapped 3 girls. It was like group of girls.
4.
Yeah, right, 4 girls, and now there's Bruce Willis who's out there, and I liked how they show him like still embracing the superhero.
Oh, he's got the look.
He was out there like punishing victims.
Oh,
although they could have picked a better, they could have shown better fucking criminals. They're just showing this guy who got
just some asshole,
trying to get a viral video up by just punching random dudes. So, David Dunn, Bruce Willis goes to their house, and I guess he beats them up. Yeah. But it just didn't. I mean, it would have been more superhero-ish if it was
like a crime type.
A crime time. But I guess he's trying to like fit into what's the norm now, and like people just trying to do anything to get clicks and and views. So that's what he's doing.
Uploading the video.
Yeah. But either way, I like how they showed that he's still like embracing the superhero in him. He believes. And he's out there, and he's working with his son, who's just kind of like his.
That was a surprise to me. I didn't expect his son to be in it. Or the actual.
Yeah, I like how they kept the same actor for his son. He's kind of like his, I guess his psychic.
Yeah.
His brains behind
headquarters.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. By the way, that's what I liked about the movie. That how it starts off right after Split ends, and the movie we get is pretty much good guy chasing bad guy.
Yeah.
So after they get James McAvoy and Bruce Willis gets caught, all 3 of them are stuck in this facility, and I like how they're stuck in their room, and in their room they have like their weakness there.
Oh, way to like keep them suppressed.
Yeah, and then James McAvoy, the Horde, it's just a room to keep him concealed, because they have flashing lights, and every time a light flashes, like his personality changes, so it's a different personality.
To keep him under control.
Yeah, so if he tries to escape, then it'll flash a light. And then you'll see his different personalities, which was cool because you get to see him as the 9-year-old, him as the woman, he was even speaking Spanish at one point. I don't think we saw that in Split. And of course you see the Beast.
That was one of the highlights. Not so much that specific part, but him being able to do that.
Yeah, that kind of carried the movie for me, like him just being
that character.
Yeah,
like
all those characters and being that good at it. And it kind of creates a laugh because a lot of the audience was laughing at each character that was changing. I don't know if that's what he was going for, but yeah, it did create a laugh. All right, so after they get caught though, they're all in this facility. That's when the movie kind of slows down. You kind of get a view between all 3 of them and how they're stuck in there and what they're thinking. And Samuel Jackson, I don't think he was like in the movie. I mean, he was in the movie, but he wasn't like speaking. He doesn't speak at all. They have him heavily sedated, so he wasn't really talking in the movie for like maybe the first hour and a half.
Yeah, he doesn't talk till like the second half of the movie.
Yeah, but he's there. But they're just on how he's pretty much shut down, and because of all the sedatives they have on him. So the doctor played by Sarah Paulson, her name in the movie is called Dr. Ellie Staple. I don't even think they mentioned her name all that much, but Sarah Paulson plays pretty much the psychiatrist or the person that's in charge of this case. So she comes in and she specializes in cases where people think they're superheroes or they have supernatural abilities, like Bruce Willis, James McAvoy, and Samuel L. Jackson. Although in Samuel L. Jackson, they didn't really mention that he had super abilities in Unbreakable. I mean, his focus was that he's obsessed with comic books, but in this one they made it
seem like it's his knowledge.
Yeah, that he's a super high IQ, yeah. So I guess that's a
which they did show it though.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Yeah, it's obsession. But yeah, she's in here to try to convince them to think that they're just normal human beings, and some normal human beings are capable of doing extraordinary things, but there's always an explanation for that. Like she compares Bruce Willis to like a magician, kind of doing sleight of hand or just being extra observative to explain how when he touches people, that's why he can like connect them with certain bad things. Like when he touched James McAvoy, that's why he was able to explain his connection with the buildings, because he was around that building and he saw bloodstains on him.
No, it was like clay.
Oh yeah, clay. Some kind of in his jeans he had like some stain from the bricks. I guess from the bricks in the building. So in his mind he connected that to the missing children. Yeah. So stuff like that. She was just trying to convince them.
Yeah, trying to rationalize their power.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the middle part of the movie. It's just them in this facility and Sarah Paulson, the doctor, trying to pretty much convince them that they're normal human beings, that they're not special at all. And I guess at first I thought this was kind of too slow, but then
it's because it starts fine, but I think once it gets to, like you said, to the psychiatric place, it's too long. And I did feel at a certain point that it was just kind of dragging on, like when we kind of get the point, like we get what's going on, but right. They just kind of kept going.
Yeah. So that's the middle part of the movie. The third part of the movie is pretty much Samuel Jackson trying to convince the Horde, James McAvoy, to try to escape and leave the facility so that he can pretty much, because Samuel Jackson's pretty much, or Mr. Glass's priority or purpose in this movie is to try to show people that they're real, that superheroes exist. Now the third part of the movie is when Samuel Jackson kind of does his master plan to try to escape from the facility and show the world, because he wants the Horde and Bruce Willis to have like this showdown, to pretty much, that's what they call it in comic books, a showdown, or to pretty much show the world that they exist.
Yeah. So the fight itself, like the confrontation, I thought it was cool when you just take that into consideration, because it's not like a super like extraordinary fight, like they're doing crazy things, but it is obviously
because neither of those two are like experts at like fighting or anything. Yeah. They're just using their enhanced abilities. Raw. So that, it's a raw, nothing choreographed. I mean, they're just using their brute strength to try to beat each other. Yeah, exactly.
So, but I thought it was cool, like, because it does do what he wanted it to do. It does show their abilities, and it does show what they're capable of.
Once the fight happens, you get that. There's going to be a twist that's attached to M. Night Shyamalan's name at this point for every movie. And the twist being that the Doctor is part of this secret organization that their sole purpose is to find these people who think they have super abilities and pretty much convince them that they're not. Yeah. So she knows that these people exist, but she wants to keep the balance in the world. So she doesn't want these people to know that they have these abilities, like Bruce Willis and James McAvoy. So in the end, when she tells Bruce Willis, "Oh, did I almost convince you? It's almost like an experiment. It looks like the secret organization wants to just kill these people off, but she wants to do it in a more sane way by just like trying to convince them that they're normal human beings." So what did you think about that twist? Did you like that?
When it comes to the organization, it kind of threw me off, because I was like I didn't expect that at all. I mean, obviously it's a twist, but I felt like it was very like
random,
very out of nowhere. Like like I did have a feeling that she was probably lying, or that maybe she herself had abilities and she was trying to keep.
Right. That's what I always thought when I first even saw the trailer of this
Yeah.
movie. I was like, oh, maybe the twist is she has something to do with
she
it.
has something as well, but I didn't.
You
not
know that she has
expect
something.
that at
There's
all.
something fishy going on, and there's a twist, and
Yeah.
she has some. She's
It was
in the
just-
twist somehow.
It was just very like 180, like something completely different.
Like
I
he
did
just
not
pretty much
see
just
coming.
it was just a random way to just end the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, at first I kind of liked it. I kind of liked the idea of this organization existing, just shutting these people down. But yeah, like the more I thought about the movie, the more I was like, yeah, it seemed kind of random.
But I did like that it makes it seem like the fact that she's trying to convince them implies that in order for their abilities to work, they have to believe that they have it. So if they don't believe that they have it, they can't do it.
Right.
And I thought that was a cool like aspect of it, like that you have.
Because they
to
did reach a
believe.
point where they almost stopped believing.
They almost
especially,
believe, yeah.
especially James McAvoy and his different personalities. It had Samuel Jackson had to go in there and convince him that no, you are the Beast. You do have these abilities. And then once the Beast escaped with Samuel Jackson, that's when Bruce Willis was like, you know what, I have to do something, and he breaks the door down because he believed.
And James McAvoy at one point, like he himself, in order to transform, he starts saying, "I believe, I believe."
Exactly.
Like, so I thought that was cool that they have to believe in their abilities to be able to use them.
But was the twist necessary? I mean, I know it comes with his name, but should there have been a twist? I think
Like
because he thinks he has to have a twist now, it kind of hindered the movie a little bit because of it.
I didn't dislike it that much. I just thought it was very random.
Yeah.
But I also felt like even if that twist didn't happen, you could also consider the fact like how they end up is also a twist. You didn't expect that either, that they all die.
Pretty much, yeah, they all died.
died,
And
yeah.
so let's talk about the death. That's pretty much the last thing we're gonna mention. As soon as the Beast finds out that Samuel Jackson or Mr. Glass has something to do with his father's death, he grabs him and starts pretty much. As soon as he grabs him, he breaks the bone in his body, and Samuel Jackson just starts dying because he falls over and breaks more bones because he has all that brittle bone disease. And then that girl that was in Split, which was, I guess that's why she was here in this movie, just so he can die. She pretty much comforts him and gets Kevin back, which is he's the actual
person.
He's the actual person, Kevin. As soon as he comes back into the light, she calms him down, and then the people from the secret organization shoots him down and right in the gut, so he bleeds out to death. So those two endings, I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, if he gets shot, he gets shot. He died, right? And then Mr. Glass dying like that's fine too. But Bruce Willis just dying in that little
sucks.
yeah, Bruce Willis just being drowned in that little pothole full of water. Yeah. I mean, why didn't he muscle out of that?
I think that they're trying to emphasize in all those deaths their weaknesses, because Samuel Jackson's weakness is his body.
Yeah.
He's very weak. He could break, and that happens. He breaks. Bruce Willis' weakness is water,
yeah.
And even though it's a little puddle, it's his weakness.
Yeah.
So I felt like that's probably keeping him.
Yeah, but he was stuck in that big tub of water with the Beast, and he was able to muscle out of that. This was just a big little.
It was just
little puddle of water, like imagine a pothole in the street that you run over and filled with water, and he was just getting drowned there.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Still, it was his weakness. And then the Beast, I guess his weakness for the Beast specifically is the girl.
It's the girl, and
then
much
even
himself
yeah,
is
I was gonna say that too. And then even more so, he himself is his own weakness.
Yeah.
The original one, Kevin.
So I guess,
how he died.
and since he was Kevin who got shot, that's why he died. Because usually, if each personality has each personality has its weakness. Because I remember in Split when he was the 9-year-old, he couldn't open the door because he was the 9-year-old. He wasn't strong enough to open the door. I don't know if you remember that, but I guess that's why he got. That's why I didn't mind the way he died or Mr. Glass died. It's just the way that Bruce Willis died.
Yeah, you're right. Like I completely forgot that when he was in the tank.
Yeah, he was in the tank.
Able to break out.
Yeah, exactly. He could have just done like a push-up and not be in the water anymore. And the guy isn't. He was holding his behind his neck.
Yeah.
If he would have just done a push-up, he wouldn't be able to push him down. Maybe he was accepting his fate and he was just like, it was time to die, whatever. But yeah, and then in the end, we get more insight about this organization, and we realize that Samuel Jackson still fulfilled his his plan, because in the psychiatric ward there was cameras everywhere, and he pretty much he said he live streamed the fight, but in the end it seemed like it was just recorded and sent to it was sent to a private server. So then from there, Bruce Willis's son, Samuel Jackson's mother, and I guess I don't know if she got it. The girl got it too.
They don't.
I don't think so. I don't think he even knew. No, because he didn't know about the girl. Either way, yeah, they all get a hold of the video, and then the son and the mom and the daughter, and not the daughter, the girl, they upload the video, and then they're sitting in the train station, and they're just viewing how everybody's watching the video. So I guess in the end, you get to see how like maybe there's gonna be more of these people coming out, starting to believe, or actually it could be a huge disaster. People trying to freaking jump out of buildings and killing themselves because they think they have superhuman abilities. Yeah. In the end, out of all, I think for the trilogy, like it could have been a better ending for the trilogy to make this a really good trilogy, I would think, because Unbreakable was good. I liked Unbreakable. I liked Split too. This one was probably my least favorite of the three.
I don't remember Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. Now, if you go back and watch, I mean, it's a slow movie, pretty much because.
This one was pretty slow too.
That's why I think that's why he was doing. He had that slow part and that in the beginning, and that because it had it had a little bit of Unbreakable in it and a little bit of Split, and then at the end, they all
merge.
They all not merge, but they all die. I guess showing that's why it's called The Last. I don't know. They all break down. I don't know, some kind of poetic justice he was trying to show. But yeah, I think it could have been a better ending, but it was still enjoyable. If you like Split, if you like Unbreakable, then you're gonna find enjoyment in this one too. You just feel a little bit kind of shortchanged, I think, in the end, because of the way Bruce Willis dies and because of the twist. Could have been a bigger twist, I think, and Bruce Willis could have just lived, or give him a better death.
Yeah, I feel like the twist, maybe if it happened sooner in the movie.
Yeah.
So they showed more of the organization, because at the end of the movie you don't know anything about it other than that they've been there for a long time. And this is what they do.
Oh, yeah, or more of the beginning of the movie of him chasing after James McAvoy, and then the psychiatric thing was more towards the end, not the big chunk of the movie.
You're right. Yeah, maybe his chase would have been longer.
We get more superhero aspect from Bruce Willis, and more villainy from Samuel Jackson and
because Samuel Jackson doesn't come out till you get to the
it would have been nice if Samuel Jackson escaped from the ward and then seeked out James McAvoy, and then they got together, but then Doctor was still chasing after all three of them or something like that. I don't know. Either way, that's what our thoughts are on Glass. If you watched it recently, go ahead and let us know your thoughts on it in the comments below, and be on the lookout for more of our videos. See ya.